Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a Ford F-450. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Kengar Ford here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is the high output Power Stroke that puts out a whopping 500 horsepower and then 1,200 pound-feet of torque. It's a 6.7 liter turbo diesel V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting at the top, you guys can see I've got cab lights because, well, it's a 450. Got the normal Super Duty hood, and then this one's built off of a Lariat, so you've got the upgraded headlights. You got some chrome here with the grille. This one also has a 360 camera, so you got a little camera there at the bottom of the Ford logo. Fog lights on either side. You've got tow hooks, parking sensors, all of the works. And so yeah, when you look at it from a front-end perspective, you can tell it's one big pickup truck. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225/70 by 19.5 in the front and over on the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, pretty normal design for more of a work-oriented pickup truck. Definitely got some beefy suspension happening there, that's for sure. And you can see the Lariat badge here on the side and giant mud flap down below. Got the 6.7L Power Stroke badge again in red to signify it's the high output. And you guys can see Ford's trailer tow mirrors. Got some chrome here on the door handles. And then you can see with the new bedside step. And then of course, being a 450, we have lots of leaf springs. Not the best side view, but here is a side view of the 450 so you can see everything with the profile, and it's just crazy to see how wide the truck is there in the back. Now here's a look at the key fob. We have our lock and unlock function, remote start. We got the tailgate drop down and then the Ford logo there on the back, and let's pop her down. And then taking a look at the bed, you guys can see we have this to help out with getting in and out. Got the little measuring chart there in the back. And then we do have LED lights in the bed as well. Got a full outlet down below. And yeah, 8-foot box here with the 450, so plenty of cargo space. And lifting that up, pretty easy. Got parking sensors here, again at the bottom. You got little bumper step that they kind of borrowed from Chevy. And then the taillight design here on the new Super Duties, it's very boxy. But let me know what you guys think about the 450 in terms of the overall looks. Now, being a Lariat, you guys can see here with the soft touch at the top, and then this one actually has a tan interior, which is very interesting. Got the wood trim, power side steps, and yeah, look at this with the seats. I think the coloration actually looks pretty cool. And then lifting the seat up, we got more storage underneath, and then getting in is actually really easy. You guys can see legroom back here is good. Got a little storage pocket, heated seats, cup holders, got the charging ports down below, and then headroom, it's good. And then taking a look at the front door panel, you can see again soft touch here and then also down below. Got all of our window controls, front to rear automatic, mirror adjustments, mirrors do power fold in, and then look at that trim. Got your memory seat function, speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then this is where things get kind of crazy. So payload capacity is 4,868 pounds, and then the gross vehicle weight rating is 14,000 pounds with this. And then again, look at the speaker there in the headrest. You can see seats are perforated down the center. Power adjustments on the side, got your pedal adjustment right there with your parking brake. Light controls, got the mirror lights, and then look at this trim here. And then you see the steering wheel's power adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. We've got practical controls on the front, like for the center stack, your adaptive cruise control, volume voice command controls as well. Turn signal light stock. We also have our column shifter here, plus and minus, so you can shift the gears yourself. We also have the, I can't really see it, but M for manual mode. Now taking a look at the center gauge cluster itself, you can basically use it to scroll through and see different bits of info on the truck. We can also change the drive modes here with it. They keep things pretty simple with the 450 in terms of the drive modes. You basically have a couple off-road modes, a couple on-road modes as well, and then obviously tow haul mode. Now I do have a 360 camera system. You guys can see the trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel, and yeah, you can see out of a bunch of different angles here with this. Solid resolution overall, and then we can also turn the camera system with the button there. Diesel exhaust brake here at the top. parking sensors, stability control. And then as for the infotainment system itself, got the little side tab, responds decently quick with loading up with the different tabs, so I'd say it's easy to use overall. Got your trailer assist, trailer brake controls, and then you guys can see the drive line select here, 2-speed transfer case with your drive mode select. Radio controls, we got our dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel as well, and then soft touch here on the dash. And then look at this with the glove box. It says Super Duty down below, by the way. And then down below as well. And then we got a wireless phone charging pad here, some USBs, storage here. Big center console. Goes in really, like, goes down really deep. And again, I think I like this two-tone, it's pretty cool. 6 auxiliary switches, we got a power sliding rear window. And then this one also has a sunroof, and let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, above the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring for the rest of the rear, and we actually have to reverse out. Thank goodness for the camera system here on the 450. I will say it, and with a truck that's this big and has solid front and rear axles, it is very, very helpful that it has the 360 camera system that it has, because it's basically massive size combined with horrible turning radius combined with a tight parking lot in today's example. So it's just nice to have. But I will say, despite the fact that this truck is enormous, it's not too difficult to maneuver. What I find for myself is I just have to have a little bit of patience. I just have to spend a little bit more time. So it's not bad. I think that's the thing with big vehicles that kind of intimidates people is, yeah, you do have to kind of spend a little bit more time with parking situations. With like a smaller car, right, you just kind of zip in. Whereas this, you know, you got to kind of look at things a little bit. But doing so, it makes it so it's not terribly difficult. But I will say, you know, in like a normal car, coming around this corner, for example, I am not even going to think about my rear end. But with this, with the length and then the width of the dual rear wheel setup, hey, you got to kind of pay attention to everything so you don't clip. Gosh, I can only imagine what this truck would do to something if you clipped something. Oh, that is just a recipe for disaster. 360 camera system coming in clutch here. Squeezing on through. Gotta metaphorically suck in my belly here. Yeah, that is a tight fit. I don't know, maybe you guys don't care about this, but I think this is good to see in a video because, you know, I've noticed, I've had a lot of people reach out to me. It's like their first time buying a diesel truck, or, you know, they've only done, you know, maybe like a 250 or 350 single rear wheel. So yeah, hopefully this kind of gives you guys an idea of what it's like driving something that's a little bit bigger. It's not bad though. It's definitely not bad. Seats are comfortable in the Lariat, by the way. It's one thing I do love about the Lariat package. I think that, you know, these aren't as comfortable as like a Platinum or Limited seat, but still really comfortable. And talk about making a dually even harder to drive. Person had a lift, which doesn't do much in terms of making it harder to drive, but negative offset with the tires, so the truck's even wider. I've driven some dualies with negative offset, and it's a handful. Gosh, the high output's so crazy. Yeah, the torque that it has is pretty dang substantial. I mean, you just barely get into it and this truck moves. It's very impressive. The fact that, oh my goodness. See, a truck this big should not, I mean, okay, so 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, 4,800 pound payload. This truck weighs over 9,000 pounds. A vehicle that weighs over 9,000 pounds has no right to be as fast as this truck is. That is ridiculous. And yes, if you look up ridiculous, it will come up with the definition of the acceleration of a high output F-450. My goodness. It is a bumpy ride, right? And again, with these trucks, you gotta load them up. You gotta load up the leaf springs, and that'll smooth things out. Gosh, this is crazy. Crazy. So to sum things up, I think this truck looks pretty cool. Again, this is very purpose built, right? You get a 450 because you're gonna tow. Or I guess if you want to do that with it, which I'm sure that person still tows the truck, they just want the cool looks. But I have seen people do like these crazy lifted builds with the 450s, and they have no plan on ever towing with them, which to each their own. So yeah, I think, you know, for what it is, just understand it's purpose built. It's gonna have a rougher ride. It's a big beast, so you're gonna have to take your time in parking lots, and you know, also like just driving down the road, fitting in the lane. It's not the worst, but it's definitely something that you have to kind of think about. No front camera. Interesting. Oh no, there it is. So it just gave me the warning, but it still lets me use the front camera. That is very, very interesting. Again, metaphorically sucking in my stomach. So let me know you guys think about the 450. This is so tight. Makes me uncomfortable, to be honest. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the 450. But this is pretty much the ultimate tow truck from the factory, and it's fast.